If you had told me years ago that I would be helping families buy and sell homes, guiding them through one of the biggest decisions of their lives, I wouldn't have believed you. But here I am, and let me tell you that this journey has been anything but extraordinary. So how did I go from working in warehouse logistics to becoming a top real estate expert? Well, let me tell you, it's a story of risk, reinvention, and resilience. If you're thinking about making a big move, whether it's buying a home, selling a home, relocation, or any of the above, let me tell you, this story is going to inspire you. Hello there, my name is James Hemphill Jr., and I'm so happy that you tuned into my YouTube channel. Yes, I did start my career in supply chain logistics, and it was a rewarding career. It was one that involved organizing teams, shipments, dealing with deliveries, but there was just always something missing. In 2009, it was a big shift for me because I was recruited out of Columbus, Ohio to the Seattle area. What that move meant was I was going to have to pack up my entire life from Columbus, Ohio, pack up everything I owned into my vehicle and travel cross country to Seattle area. And it was a big move. Now, if you've been the person that's relocated, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But first, let's talk about getting settled into a new state. Living my entire life in Columbus, Ohio, I didn't know what to expect moving here. So I wasn't really thinking about buying a house. So I rented an apartment for the first year or so. I'm used to living in a home, having the benefits of home ownership. And so I was thinking like, should I buy a house? But at the same time, again, I really had no roots. I wasn't married. And so this is where I just kind of stayed in that apartment, worked my job, then went back home. So it was a very mundane, routine schedule. So here's the turning point. 2014, I had met my now wife, and we decided that we wanted to put some roots down together. And so we bought a house. In the process of doing so, I didn't know any agents here, so what I had to do was I had to start with getting a mortgage lender to, first of all, get me pre-approved for a mortgage so I would know how much home I could buy. And then that mortgage broker or lender turned me on to a real estate agent. And so they accomplished the job of getting me into a home. You know, they were very nice, very professional, but it just really wasn't anything remarkable about the service. So now life goes back to normal. We're now married. I'm still working at the warehouse, and I just wasn't happy. You know, the shifts, now that I have a family, the shifts were just becoming so challenging to maintain a consistent lifestyle, especially with having a young child and then wanting to be able to be there for all those special events, being present for dinner times, and also just the stress and the frustration that comes with working in a very dynamic work environment. So one day I remember asking my wife about, how she's feeling and some of the things about, how do I act or what am I like when I come home? And she's like, you are just like wound up. You just super, just intense. You need time to decompress. And over the course of several months, she would ask me, have you ever considered being a real estate agent? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, that might be a good idea. From what I know, real estate agents were all 100% commission-based. So we'd be going from a steady paycheck to 100% commission. So that was kind of scary. That was really scary. So I thought about it, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, but I got this good job, I got benefits. I'm not going to make a move. But as time went on, I just continued to be frustrated, continue to be kind of underwhelmed with fulfillment in what I was doing as a career. So the change for me happened when I actually was going through a health issue where I had some time off work. And as I was thinking about this time off, I was feeling really relaxed. And then it just sparked a thought inside of me, well, I could take the real estate courses and exam online. And so that's what I did. So it's now 2016 and I've just got my license and I'm so excited about it. So for 16 months, I juggled both real estate and my warehouse supply chain job. And it was tough. I mean, long nights, weekends. After getting off work at the warehouse, I was working real estate transactions, following up on emails, following up on phone calls and text messages. And again, it was just really tough. It was a very taxing time in my life. But again, over the course of time, I met my first client. We ended up closing, and then I would subsequently close a deal every other month. And so with that being the case, it happened. I finally took that bold leap of faith and I started my real estate career full time. So now I'm a full-time real estate agent. Great. It wasn't always easy. I mean, literally, 2018, it was still, closing a deal every other month, but, it was going okay. But then 2019 came and it got a little bit tough. I mean, literally, it was really, really slim pickings. And so I had to actually take a side job being an Uber driver to keep the bills paid. And you got to do what you got to do. I told you this is going to be a story about resilience. And so that's what I did, because I'm not going to be someone that's going to complain and leave my family at risk. I'm going to go out and do what I got to do while still holding on to the dream of being a real estate agent. But then the pandemic hit. And so now driving Uber, going through the pandemic, it just wasn't a good fit for me. So I stopped that. But again, during that time, it gave me a chance to refocus on what mattered the most to the clients that I'd already served thus far. So it made me think, what type of impression have I been making on my clients? Because again, I had been through the situation as a buyer, looking for assistance, guidance, education by my real estate agent. And again, I didn't really think about it that way at the time, but now I'm thinking like, what my clients really appreciate about me was the care, was the concern, was the education, was the support, guidance that I was giving them. I was actually becoming their trusted advisor. And when we go through a transaction, and then you close on the transaction, and then you don't have any further follow-up or relationship with that person after the transaction, it's kind of like going on a date. When you go on a date, you think you had a great time, but then you never hear from that person again. So now they're left thinking like, what's wrong with me? It's a switch that I made in my business, and that's what's been so powerful and impactful in how I service my clients at a very high level. So fast forward to today, I built something incredible. It's just really just mind-blowing and remarkable to me, because I've been blessed through this time of transition, and I've helped countless number of families buy their first homes, relocate from another state with corporate relocations. I've helped military families, but more importantly, it's those families that are growing. The growing families that are buying their first house or buying their second house and then having to sell the house that they currently live in. Those have been the most rewarding experiences I've had in this business. This is what drives me. The essence of actually helping someone come to the realization that what they desire, it can be done. Their problem can be solved. All they need is the trusted resource, a trusted advisor that can help guide them through the process. But how do we do that? To be really effective in this, you have to be someone who's actually been through it. I've been through those situations, and so that's what helps me to be uniquely qualified in helping those growing families that are looking to either buy their first house or buy their second house and then sell the current house that they have. Buying or selling a home is not just a transaction, it's a big life experience. And that's why I've made it my mission to help homeowners, especially those in Everett, to complete their transaction with as minimal amount of stress as possible, get them top dollar or the best terms on their purchase transaction. So if you're a growing family thinking about making a move, whether buying or selling, and you want someone who's actually been through your experience, someone that has the experience and the knowledge to help you through this transaction, let's talk. Let's make your next move the best one yet. Drop a comment below or DM me or click the link in my description to schedule a free strategy session. I'm looking forward to assisting you. And as a special bonus, I've actually created an ebook. It's the top 10 mistakes that homeowners make when selling their home and how to avoid them. I'd like to offer it to you for free. You can access that material in my description. This is just my gift to you. I understand what it's like when you're thinking about making a decision as big as buying or selling a home, especially if you're dealing with both at the same time. You definitely want a trusted advisor to help guide you through the process. Thank you again for watching. My name is James Hemphill Jr., licensed realtor with eXp Realty. It's been a pleasure talking to you, sharing my story with you. I hope it resonates with you. I hope it inspires you. And I hope it incentivizes and activates you to act upon it and contact me today so that we can make your best move the next move. Take care.